on for the second half of this one. Looking for Lawrence Shanklin, and been able to really get him into the game a great deal. It's with McGinn. McGinn with the captain armband on in the second half following the substitution of Andy Robertson. That's Jack Hendry away to the far side. Patterson. Straight out of play off the boot of Lewis Ferguson.
Wonder if that's an injury to Andy Robertson, or whether it's purely a tactical decision.
Easily away off the boot of Marquinhos. Lifted by Marquetto, was looking for Vinicius Junior, calling kindly for Guimaraes, and work towards the near side, and Danilo who collects. And Danilo, who's playing for Flamengo these days. So Ryan back into Guimaraes. Brazil unbeaten in the last 5 matches played before tonight, winning 4 of them. Scoring quite freely, 26 in the last 10, but only 2 clean sheets in the last 9 before this evening. Alisson actually wasn't in goal for a good many of those games in recent months ahead of the World Cup.
They haven't quite fired leading up to this World Cup. Lost 6 games in that World Cup qualification as well, which is very un-Brazil-like. So they've certainly had a lot of work to do, and Alisson being back in goal, I think, also is a big bonus.
This is better from Scotland. Ben Gannon-Doak trying to force his way through, completely surrounded. This is Gabriel. It'll be a Scotland throw.
Yeah, more positive. Gannon-Doak there. He's the one that's has caused the most problems against Brazil in this first 45 minutes. Started well in the second half. And then the press on the ball, not allowing Brazil to play out so simply. They force the error. Gabriel has no other option. He looks to try and play down the line. You get a throw in, and you can start again and try and make inroads into this Brazil side.
Here's Ferguson. They might have a different feel if Scotland could get on the board here, and Ferguson will try to keep this attacking move going, but they're forced all the way back all of a sudden via Jack Hendry to Gunn. McTominay's underneath this. Ferguson. McTominay away to the far side. Ben Gannon-Doak. Positive start to the second half for Steve Clarke's side. And here's Tierney into McGinn. Tierney's ball in, it's a decent one, and the header from McTominay straight into the gloves of Alisson.
Yeah, a lot better from Scotland. Tierney's ball in the box was really good. Really good direction, pace on the ball. McTominay under a big challenge from Casemiro there. Couldn't quite get the power and the direction on the ball that he wanted.
That's the first effort on target from Scotland at this World Cup since the John McGinn goal against Haiti in the first game. Gabriel. Brazil, remember, opened their World Cup campaign with a 1-1 draw in New York, New Jersey against Morocco. And were then 3-0 winners over Haiti in their second game. Marquinhos winning his 108th cap today. Decent looking ball up towards Vinny Jr. Cut out by Jack Hendry. Tierney into McGinn. Hendry finding McTominay. They're looking to get him onto the ball a lot more already at the start of this second period. In towards Shankland.
They've got to try and commit more players forward, Scotland, if they want to cause any real problems against this Brazil side. They need players in the box, not just one player against 2 or 3 Brazilian. Ball has to be pinpoint to have any opportunity, any chance.
Touch there from Lewis Ferguson. Space in midfield for Lucas Paqueta. Vinicius Jr. wants it forward. He's got it as well. It's Vinicius Jr. Saved by Angus Gunn.
Yeah, good goalkeeping, really good. Vinicius Jr. run is really good. He's so much pace. The timing of the ball through was exceptional. Just couldn't get it across on his right foot, and then he goes with the outside of his right foot. I think that's why Angus Gunn is able to make that save. Vinicius Jr. couldn't get the pace on the ball.
Was noticeable, I think. I don't know what you all felt, but Scotland seemed to play much better in the second half of the last game against Morocco as well when they were behind at half-time.
Yeah, when you have to chase the game a little bit, they seemingly are a little bit better on the front foot, but this is a different side. It's a Brazil side that not necessarily just going to sit back. They'll absorb pressure, but also have the ability to get forward. They have players that can hurt you. Vinicius Junior's pace is obviously frightening for Scotland.
Here's McTominay. McKenna and Hendry. Decent ball forward. McTominay. Little flick. Challenge inside the box. Referee says get up and get on with the game. It was Nathan Patterson who went down. Referee was well positioned. And Vinicius Jr. beaten to it by Hendry. Going to be Brazil's throw.
Yeah, so they'll be alert, don't they? Those balls over the back, down the channels, have to be alert to the danger. Andrew does well in the end. I think Angus Gunn just gets a little bit confused as to tries to dink it back across the same way. Best off sometimes just looking to clear lines.
Guimarães. Here's Ryan. Danilo. Lucas Paqueta. Scotland forced to here now. From Brazil. Not be easy chasing the ball in conditions like this as the shot is fired in from Vinicius Jr. once more. Very humid conditions tonight.
Yeah, it's got to be tough for Scotland, just sort of flying in to play this sort of game in these conditions. It's tough for everyone. A little bit of play in that first half performance, maybe slightly off the pace of the game, maybe a little bit lethargic with the heat. But second half has definitely been better. But you can see that in that phase, that's Brazil are happy to slow the play down, are happy to move the ball from one side to the other. They've got movement off the ball. Players are happy to come and get the ball like Vinicius Jr. has the ability to turn, take on a player, drop a shoulder and get a shot on goal with some proper venom. The direction was quite right. But again, it's another warning sign. You can't allow players like Vinicius Jr. that room to run at you and have a shot on goal.
Almost 10 minutes into the second half. Scott McKenna into McGinn now. Tierney. Hendry has Patterson available on the far side. Creates some space for himself here, Patterson. Into Shanklin, challenge inside the box. The referee says no foul on Kenny McLean, but there will be a free kick for Brazil.
It's nice play by Scotland. Whenever they get the ball, someone runs at Brazil and plays that straight or that sort of diagonal ball with pace on it, with real intent. That's when they start to open Brazil up a little bit. The touch from Shanklin was really good. Fortunately, just couldn't get control of the ball, and Brazil are able to mop up the danger.
Yeah, Brazil's record absolutely outstanding in the group stages at the World Cup. They've only ever lost 5 group stage matches. They're the only nation who's played in all 23 editions of the World Cup. 5 defeats from 60 games over the years in the group stage.
Well, that's what they are, Brazil. 5-time winners.
Brazil recycling the play quickly here. It's with Gabriel. Paqueta dropping deep once more. We've seen that quite a bit from him. And Vinny Jr. now with a chance to run at Jack Hendry again. Little ball in. Guimaraes lets it run, and Vinicius Jr. was almost quick enough to get on the end of it.
Yeah, he's very, very quick, isn't he? There was always a holding of your breath, feeling like maybe Angus Gunn wasn't going to get there ahead of him, but good goalkeeping.
Ben Cannon-Doak penalised for his challenge on Lucas Paqueta. Gianni Infantino wasn't about to miss this one. In Miami, the 3rd match played in Miami. And Uruguay involved in the first 2. The Cabo Verde-Uruguay 2-2 draw the other night was a terrific match. Brazil here tonight. The next game here at the Miami Stadium, 3 days' time, should be a cracker as well. Portugal against Colombia. Final group stage match for those 2. Here comes Ryan now. Made quite the impact in the Premier League in England in the second half of the season, following his arrival on the south coast in Bournemouth from Vasco da Gama. Paqueta. Bruno Guimaraes. Just a little too much on that for Danilo.
Yeah, it's a really, really good ball. Just overhit it, didn't he? Couldn't get on the end of it. In the end, Danilo, even though he made the run quite early, it's just too much pace on the ball. So that chance earlier on, Vinicius Jr., fantastic ball. Just wanted it on his right foot, didn't he? Bobbles up a little bit, tries it up the outside of his foot. And Angus Gunn does really well, makes himself big, and it's a very good save.
Yeah, looked like it might be the hat-trick when he raced through into the penalty area there. Here comes Ryan now. Lovely little touch. Mateus Cunha. Big block. Falls at the feet of Lucas Paqueta. Tees it up. And then sends it wide.
Scott McKenna there made himself really big, kept his arms out of the way. It's an important block. A little bit of defending from Scotland. Of course, Brazil are going to be on their front foot. They're going to look for that 3rd goal, and they're always a threat when they go forward.
Shankland underneath it, can't find a way through, can't find a way past Casemiro. Referee doing his best to try to keep the game going, but realising that on this occasion it would be better to blow the whistle. Cunha sends it back. Marquinhos to Danilo on the near side. Delicate touch from Paqueta. Lovely patterns. Excellent play. Brilliant feet from Guimaraes. Mateus Cunha. Brazil playing their beautiful game. Leading Scotland by 3 goals to nil, and a third goal of this World Cup for Brazil's number 9.
Ah, it's a brilliant goal by Brazil, isn't it? Guimarães was exceptional on the ball. Just his patience, his trickery, and the layoff was superb. Cunha making the run around. There's a simple guided ball into the back of the net, but it was all Guimarães. He's the one that created that goal. It's a brilliant goal.
And it is a night of hot, sweaty, hard work for Scotland here. But that is a goal of the highest quality.
Brazil in close mode, aren't they? Guimarães does so well initially. With a possession of the ball, the flick on the outside of the boot. There's Cunha. Just had to find the back of the net. A great position by his teammate. And when the goal is getting to that, he's just not going to miss. Busy. And Brazil are in cruise control.
And Carlo Ancelotti's team are going to win this group. There's no doubt about it now. And Matheus Cunha has found his groove at this World Cup. Lovely goal for a 3-0 lead. Scotland have got to be careful here.
Yeah, that's what Brazil can do to you, can't they? I mean, one ball in behind. Well, it wasn't even behind, just a real brute strength from Bruno Guimarães initially to win possession of the ball. And obviously his composure on the ball, his trickery, and the vision sets up Matheus Cunha.
Tierney sends it across. Tierney on the deck. Scotland asking the question, the referee. There's going to be a yellow card to Danilo.
I think it's a slight challenge, isn't it? After Tierney's played the cross into the box. We're in the 1-2, and as he plays it across, you see there, very, very late with that challenge.
Well, it was less than half a step outside the penalty area. Crunching challenge from Danilo. And Scotland make something of this opportunity.
It's a great position to be in for Scotland. This is the moment they have to try and get into this one.
Once Lewis Ferguson got up his sleeve here. He's going for goal and brings the save from Alisson.
I think it's the right idea. Trying to whip it across, head high, just above their head. Maybe someone's going to get a flick on it. Alisson in the end knows he needs to get some hands on it.
Scotland corner. John McGinn over on the far side to take it. And they get a goal to give the Tartan Army something to cheer about. Ferguson going to try to reach it at the far post. Here's Tierney. Another decent looking ball from him, and the header down brings the save from Alisson. It was McTominay.
Yeah, he's made a big difference, hasn't he? Kieran Tierney down this left-hand side. His delivery in the box was superb. Gets the ball down on the ground and quick delivery. And that's McTominay almost gets one back.
Given away, and now Vinicius Junior, who is way offside.
Just when I was speaking about how well he was playing, Kieran, he plays a pretty poor pass back inward inside the midfield, and then gets interception. He's just very fortunate that Vinicius Junior is a long way offside.
A couple of changes shortly. Gabriel Martinelli and Fabinho are going to come on. And Carlo Ancelotti clearly looking to just keep his team as fresh as possible. Put that 3-goal cushion in this match. Can afford to do that as McTominay sends it forward. Gannon chasing for what's worth. Scotland getting forward as much as they can to reduce this deficit. And that's the closest they've come to a goal.
Yeah, it's a very good save from Alisson. They're really difficult to judge. Alisson does really well. He's got little steps across his face of his goal. He's able to really adjust quickly. There's a full stretch dive, both hands behind it. top class save from a top class goalkeeper.
Double change. Gabriel Martinelli is coming on for Lucas Paqueta. Paqueta substituted for the third match in a row at roughly the same point in all three of the group stage fixtures. Casemiro is the other player coming off. Fabinho on to replace him. There's Fabinho, former Liverpool player, based with Al Ittihad in Jeddah in the Saudi League. Been there for the last 3 years. Used to playing in this sort of conditions. Is this going to be the last we see of Scotland at these World Cup finals, their first finals for 28 years, or will they still get through as one of the best 8 third-placed teams? We won't know the answer to that yet, regardless of the result tonight, because they do have 3 points on the board, courtesy of the win over Haiti. By the way, we were talking about Brazilian Tierney trying to send the ball across. That'll be Alisson's. And Brazil set to win their group for the 12th tournament in succession at the World Cup. It's the latter stages that have been more of an issue in the modern era. They've exited at the quarter-final stage 4 times in the last 5 World Cups, including in Qatar 4 years ago. They lost on penalties to Croatia. First touch for Fabinho. Brazil 3 up, just as they were when the final whistle went in their last game, which was against Haiti.
Yeah, it's a big 23 minutes or so. Lost on this stuff for Scotland. At the World Cup, gonna have to dig deep. Brazil at the moment just looks so comfortable.
And there's the momentum of the game. Scotland there you can see making a good start to the second half, and then Brazil coming back into it again more. Not least, of course, with that third goal from Matheus Cunha. Here's Ryan into Cunha. Ryan at 19, the 6th teenager ever to start a match for Brazil at the World Cup finals, and the first to do so since 1970. As we have the hydration break.
जब गेम की टेंशन सर तक आ पहुंचे, ऑर्डर फूड पैंडा। Make life delicious.
Panda?
डिजाइन खास मेंस स्काउट्स के लिए